Hello, we are going to go through the internet, use the internet login, go to the article, quality manual HNCA 0 TAC01. Okay, this is a very important manual, which is it's like the parent manual file of the whole PCS, right? It will give you, if you look at the content, it will give you a general introduction. What is this quality manual is about? What certification schemes we are running, the normative reference, that means the law, or you refer to which guides, the terms and definition, you have to read up these terms and definitions so that you understand better when we talk about certain terminology, how is it being defined. And it consists of important parts based on ISO 17065, which your general requirements includes legal and contractual matters. That is very much to like what we sign agreement with the client, the policy, and legally, what are we responsible about? What is this certification agreement is about? The use of license, the mark of conformity, our self being impartial. How do we manage our liability and financing? This is probably how people, if they, in terms of like legal issues, how we protect ourselves. Of course, we protect our staff, all this, because we are buying a group insurance for this service, professional service liability management, all right? So there's fees. We'll be talking about the fees which we charge for each category. Okay, what conditions, how we serve our customers, your confidentiality, protecting our customers' data, okay, how to safeguard it, what will be the publicly available information, okay. From there, we look at the structure, what is this whole organization structure is about, the mechanism to safeguard our impartiality, the resources required, which is the PCS team, all right, how we manage your competencies, our contract with your personnel, resource for evaluation, internal and external resources, all right, and followed by the whole process requirement, how the client can do application, how do we go about reviewing their application, how we do the evaluation, okay. Application review here is more for the verified officer, okay. Then review done by our top management, the decision, which is the approval and the certification panel, how we document our things, how we put all these certified products in our directory, our database. If there's a request for re-evaluation, what are we going to do? Surveillance, how we go about the market surveillance, the pemantauan. If customers want to change some certification information, maybe they previously is example ABC telecommunication, now they want to change to ABC 5G Sendirian Berhad, then how to change that, right? Then also like in terms of termination, suspension, we may find that some products are not selling in the market anymore. They want to terminate their TA, we can do that. For example, previous there's one product which having battery issues. They want to terminate the product totally, then it can be done. We want to suspend some of this because when we do the market surveillance, we find that wrongdoings, we want them to rectify it. Okay, so how to go about all this? Okay, the records, everything must be properly recorded. And if there's complaint and appeals coming to us, what shall we do? Okay, and in terms of the management system, that means our internals, how we manage our system, our processes, all this, it must be proper control of the documents, the record, and time to time we have a management review. Believe me, all of us is part of the company. We're gonna sit in and review back how we do things, probably how can we make it better, the process optimization, how to serve our customers better. We will get all this input and make sure that it becomes part of the new changes. And of course, we also do internal audits where our internal quality team people will go around checking on our processes, our decision making, so this to check for any wrongdoings or loopholes. Okay, and therefore, if it's found that certain of these activities or things are wrong, we'll have to give the corrective action. How are you going to correct it? Okay, and in future, how are we going to prevent that? Right? So let me go to general introduction. This manual describes the system in place where HarvestNet certifying agency will ensure third-party conformity assessment activities. Okay, we are assessing third party. Third party over here means client. Conformity assessment here, as earlier mentioned, will be the RF, the test report for RF, EMC, SAR, safety. And this will be based on a scheme which we call product certification scheme, based on the requirement of ISO IEC 17065 year 2012, all right, which is a requirement for all accreditation or recognition body. And you put it is like certifying agency or certifying body. And the scheme we have here is type approval scheme for communication and multimedia products, because it's based on the MCMC one, but here we include IoT because IoT is also a communication product, right? So these are the references which the regulatory body will expect you to know. Okay, when you say based on what, for example, if it's 17065, you must know where to look for this normative reference. Okay, whenever they ask you about certain ISO, IEC, then you quickly refer back to here. All right. So 67 is actually the fundamentals of certification and guidelines. Okay. ISO, IEC 17025, these are more for testing and calibration of the labs. Okay. TSR 2000 is under MCMC, which is called the Technical Standards Regulation year 2000. Okay. And other terms and definition, please get it correct. All right. I'm highlighting only the important parts here, which you need to understand in this quality document. MCMC stands for Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission. All right. So MCMC sometimes may ask you this. As they are the auditor, please make sure you know this name by heart. Okay. And they are the regulator for communication and multimedia industry in Malaysia. Please go and read up anything regarding them in their SKMM website, okay, or MCMC website. And this is based on the Law, Communication and Multimedia Act 1998, which has been passed. Okay, this is 1998, the year where chaos is built. So yeah, ready. All right, so read up all this and to know about who you're working with is HarvestNet Sdn Bhd is a private limited company incorporated. Okay, you don't have to remember all these things, this or this, no need. But you have to know is we are applying to be a certifying agency under MCMC license. Okay, therefore you are part of the being audit for it. Okay, and when we say we want to approve or give COC for the product model, it's called type approval certification. Okay, TAC is also referred to as compliance approval granted to a specific model. And here we all know it must be a communications equipment. And what does it comply with? It complies with the standards under the regulation TSR 2000. All right. And certification agreement is between us and the customer. That means this agreement spells out the obligation of HarvestNet, okay, in providing the services of product certification and what our certified clients should do to maintain their certification. This is important because after the product model has been type approved, in the market they start claim a lot of different things. This is not allowed. under our agreement. Okay. So all this, the rest, I believe you can read by yourself. Okay. But what is important to know is we have a legally enforceable agreement, which is called Certification Agreement Hnca TAC-01/1. This is for the purpose of certification and compliance approval of IoT communication and multimedia equipment with our clients. So clients have to sign this agreement before we can provide the services to them. Whereas if we simply provide and take their fees first, it's wrong. You cannot do that. We must have an agreement which they need to abide with. Right? Okay, and if you can see, this requirement is based on ISO IEC 17065 clause 4.1.2.2. All right, this is the normative reference we always look for. If client asks us, why do you have this, why do you have that, you have to let them know whatever we do is based on the ISO IEC standards. Okay, so you can read here, these are information where teach you in terms of the terms, what is required, what do we have, especially in the part is we are doing paper evaluation, okay, for clients. Laboratory field tests or combination of this one basically, if we don't have the testing capabilities, we actually refer them to the accredited labs, okay, based on ISO IEC 17025, okay. And as we go in further later, you'll know that what will be the designated scope which we will do. Designated scope means what are the products we are going to focus on and what kind of assessment methods or parameters or technical codes we will base it on. All right. So if it is not within our scope one, for example, DTTV, we are not going to do for time being. Therefore, if MCMC, when they during audit, if they ask you about DTTV, you can let them know that this scope, I understand we are not doing this for now, okay, because they may be testing you. So please go and read up what will be the class assignments or what kind of scope of products we are going to do. Or you can check with Kak Aida and Jekani. All right. And when we say at the final stage, after everything is approved, what do we give them? We give them a certificate of conformity. This is like a sigil, which was granted to specific model of communication products. All right. If it's medical, but because it's emitting out radio frequency as one of the communication, then yes, it can be, this model can be also a medical product. It can be also a communication product. Therefore, we can actually approve it. Okay? And they must meet the minimum set of regulatory and technical safety requirements, which is provided or regulated by who? By MCMC under their TSR 2000, by our MS Malaysian standard, international standards, or other standards which we deem possible, required, and this is denoted by MCMC, which one we can accept. At the same time, after they fulfill all this, they must, last but not least, fulfill by filling up our e-form for new type approval and technical checklist. All right. At the same time, inside the checklist, they must also do technical declaration. Okay. With that, we have come to what is the purpose of having all this type of approval, okay, which may be inquired by clients or MCMC. You have to know that, importantly, first is to safeguard the interoperability between any communication products. We have to make sure this product, when you transmit, the other receiver able to receive the information, all right? B, to ensure non-interference or impairment or malfunction or harm to any communication products or any other product. This means it's as easy as you may cause disruption. Sometimes when you're watching TV or any internet connected thing, suddenly there's disruption, you cannot hear. Okay, that may be caused by any microwave or leak of radio frequency disrupting your bandwidth. All right, or people use it to hack. So it's called interference. If it's interference happens, it's not allowed. At the same time, as we all know, safety guide to public. Public will know that what is safe for them to use. Okay, and also it's a form of quality assurance. If in any cases, if the product is not certified or when it's certified, but things happen along the way, like the battery issues, then the government and the regulatory bodies are able to inform all the importers, all the clients who are registered within this specification or this brand model to actually take down the products from the market. Okay. Last but not least is to protect consumer rights. Okay. Consumer have the rights to quality products. Okay. The certificate holder also must use a certification label or mark issued by Hnca in this manner is actually, we will actually give them the HID, CID. This is a special unique reference code for them. All right, and this is a mandatory requirement under MCMC. Okay, so when they do it, this issuance of the labeling or marking, it must comply with the unique reference number we have given them. They cannot simply use other numbers. All right. Then with that, they can apply the import permit for all radio communication products based on the whatever is being declared and approved by MCMC. Okay, they're going to let the custom know. Okay, and but if it's whether it's dutiable or not, that one is nothing got to do with us. That one is the customs issue. All right. Sometimes if they custom come to us and ask us, this one got tax or not, that one got tax or not, we wouldn't know. Okay, but we all know they will be either SST or GST. Okay, so SST, GST, that one is under another common trend. That is under domestic trade and consumerism. Okay, and Ministry of Finance. Right. So you can refer to Ajit Ghani's presentation on the Custom Act 1967. Okay. And for them to know if they want to come to us with the test reports, they ask us which lab is accredited. They should refer to a list of accredited laboratories or certification body accepted by Hnca, which they can refer further at these clauses down here. Okay, either the MCMC technical codes, SKMM's certified equipment requirements, or these two. Okay, you just go to these two. Okay, MTSFB organization is actually a body under MCMC where they actually get together, a forum, they get together to discuss the technical codes and requirements, right? It's called Malaysian Technical and Standards Forum Berhad. All right, it's an organization where people from the industries, maybe it's like Maxis or this, okay, MCMC, they get together and discuss about all this technical stuff. All right, and for example, some of these are the labs which are recognized because when we are accredited with MCMC and Department of Standards, we actually handshake with overseas labs or standard bodies to get recognition, joint recognition. Okay, and more information can be found here on all these accreditation bodies. They can go and check it out. Okay, one important thing is any test reports coming to us, it should not be more than 5 years from the test report's issue date. So whenever you receive a product, when they give you the test reports, please check that the issue date of the test report shall not be more than 5 years. Okay, if it's more than 5 years, they have to redo their testing to get verification, right? So test report format must follow all these guidelines, ISO IEC 17025, based on the competency testing. And this will be the under 4, 1, 2, 10 is the scope and requirement of our certification evaluation and standard adherence. If you look at here, for example, if a power supply coming in for adapter or power supply cord or your main plug, it must be pre-approved by relevant regulatory body here, mainly will be the Suruhanjaya Tenaga, right? Okay, and it must have a CB mark, safety mark, with a evaluation test report. And this will be the standard required. We'll go deeper into all this information when we study the technical codes and technical specification, right? But what you need to do is when customer come, if they want to refer, this is a very brief check for them, like what kind of safety required, what kind of radio frequency required, EMC, etc. Okay, but more detail is actually based on the technical specification by HMC. After we read out the TSR book. Okay, the other thing about here is because the customers is using our COC, and under this license, they must make sure that if clients have any incorrect reference to our scheme or misleading use of license certificates, we'll actually take action against them. That's why we call it the market surveillance. We'll go out and check. Sometimes the product is undergoing product certification, but they already inform people this product is very good quality, is under Hnca approved. So we never vouch for their quality. You only vouch for the model assessment within the specification given. Okay. So if there's any wrong information out there, we will actually ask them to make sure they take it down. All right. Okay. Management of impartiality. This one is important because you are doing the work under the view of the government regulation. So therefore, you actually have to declare via a statement of commitment to confidentiality and impartiality, which I believe we'll go through with you on this so that you know what are your responsibilities. Financial here is you have to know we are being a public service organization, we cannot subject any prerequisite or financial operation size to the client. That means we must layan semua customer in a proper and good manner. And our fees also is according to market standards. Right? We have to make known these fees to them. We cannot simply change their pricing. Okay? Okay? And we will make sure that there is not a single source of income, so that we must make sure we have many different customers. We cannot just have, like, for example, Apple, Samsung only, or Honda cars only. Okay, we must have multiple. Therefore, as verification, as well evaluator, as part of the team, we are all responsible for the business development. We have to make sure you all will not just get one single customer all the way. All right. To refrain from doing that, we actually, Hnca and Kaida, we actually make sure that you all will get different applicants to come in for your PCS. Okay. Of course, you will go through the impartiality and risk management procedures. Okay. Soon we'll be training on this. All right. The rest you can read by yourself. It's really about confidentiality, important thing. Okay. And we will actually, because of our organization is doing public service, we make sure to be impartial. We have an internal certification panel to together discuss this. All right, there'll be a separate one. This one, when we have time, we'll go through with you. At the same time, we have an external body called Impartiality Review Panel, which will oversee our processes to make sure we minimize or cut off all the risks which may arise. Okay, this is help us in our impartiality audit purpose. Okay, as you can see, if you happen to be any designer, manufacturer, installer, distributor, maintainer of certified products, etc., whatever under here, please read it up. Kindly let us know, because this can be deemed as conflict of interest. We'll evaluate that. Therefore, please read this carefully, and if you touches any of this, please declare it to us. All right, this is important. And also do know that HarvestNet do not endorse or have any relationship with any separate legal entity or agent or consultant. This is important because some of the consultants out there, they may claim they know you, they will help you to help a customer to expedite the things because they know someone in Hnca or these are things. This is not allowed. Therefore, there is actually governing principles within, which we will be going through with you under confidentiality documentation. We make sure that this is not going to occur in our organization. Okay? Therefore, read about this. And if you are any of you is undertaking the certification or decision because you have provided consultancy before, you are barred for 2 years from undertaking this certification. For example, this ABC company. If let's say previously you work for this ABC company in the department related to product certification, therefore with us, you cannot do anything related to ABC company. Okay, even their distributor, all this you must declare. All right. So as I said, we will undertake, under liability, we undertake insurance to cover your, right, for whatever work you are doing. Okay, all this, this one, important one is here. In the event of any excess in fees, for example, if the customer put in a 6-band bandwidth or channel, that kind of fees, we found out it's only 3 is usable, and the other 2 it has to be disabled one. Okay, therefore is considered, we will do a refund to them. Okay, and kindly read about this because there will be like processing fees. Processing fees is for us to process the application. Okay, to do the first round of work, we call the document review work. Okay, therefore there's a processing fee. Registration fee is a fee we take upfront, is for them to register. Upon the application is approved, we'll come up with a COC, Certificate of Conformity. This is the registration fee for the COC. All right. Certification activities or evaluation work, be it verification or evaluation. This is the work you are done. Okay, this is where we charge them about 350 ringgit per bandwidth, and this is where your salary and bonuses are coming from. All right. Okay, and annual renewal fee is I believe it's 50 ringgit per year, and they can only renew up to 4 years because first year for TAC, 4 years for renewal, total 5 years. All right, and whatever tax, government related tax, okay, as part of the service, we are providing a service, it is subjected to the how many percent the government is charging. For example, here is SST, all right? And at the same time, any additional costs incurred by Hnca due to the certificate holder's non-compliance with this agreement or evaluation changes, it shall be borne by the applicant, which is the client. This one I can give example. If MCMC were to ask you, why are you charging this cost? Is, for example, it can be a big expensive machine, okay? An ATM machine for finance industry one. They cannot bring a sample of the product to HN. Therefore, we have to send you as the evaluator or verifier to go to their site to do inspection, we call site inspection. Therefore, this one we have to quote them a fee because you need to travel there to do the inspection. All right. Of course, we believe for future, if given any chance, if we may have a request from overseas, all right, to do this kind of site inspection, Some of you will take turns, will send you over. I do know that people have gone to like Germany, China, all this to do all this verification work, right? So we have to charge the customer for that. Okay. And to read up all this one is the table. I don't go one by one. But for example, if they want to do any cancellation of the evaluation, everything is based on the work days, how many work days. If they notify us more than 7 working days from the evaluation date, they inform us, then we actually do a surcharge of 200. Okay. If they notify us less than 7 days, okay, we're gonna charge them also 100 ringgit. So these are the things is you have to be aware of. Okay, we'll go detail this one later, but you just read up. Okay, and this will be the certification fees. Kindly keep this to yourself now because these are the fees given to us by MCMC. I believe following what they have requested. Okay, so if it's 4G LTE, one band, each band is 650. If 2 band is 1,003. So this one you don't have to memorize everything, but just go through it. Okay, if you have any of the products here, if you don't understand, kindly ask. Okay, and some of this we think here probably we also take away. But this is just a guide based on what is given to us. But on our side, if we not available one, we will actually delete it off. Okay. Just now we have told you processing 100, registration 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Okay. If the maximum one, just now we say cannot be more than 5 years. If they straight away pay us 5 years, that means they want to, when they want to do type approval straight away, they pay us 250 for 5 years. That means 1 year for the TAC, 4 years for renewal. Some people do that. All right. Okay. Again, stress here, we will make our services accessible to all applicants. Unless they don't dress up nicely, walk in very dirty, or these are things. If not, any individual come in, we actually have to service them. All right. Please read up all this. We have come to confidentiality. Any information, okay, any information obtained from the certificate holder shall be treated as confidential. We do not want like iPhone 14 is already not in the market yet, then you'll get a hold of it because of type approval purposes, then you'll start taking photo and sharing with your friend. This is strictly not allowed, right? And also all this information is protected. Do not take our information and also our client's information to provide as a service outside. This is strictly not allowed. Okay, and legally is can be penalized by jail term and fine. Okay, therefore kindly adhere and check the security guidelines set within this confidentiality protocol. Okay, read it up, especially when we do the training. You'll read it up that time. Anything you do not know, please let us know. Okay, if there's any changes required, we usually give adjustment of 1 month. Let's say we have a different information requirement. Government agencies, MCMC may want to change some information input. We actually provide a 1 month adaptation period for them to go to the new changes. For example, going to be is like IPv6, the new one, the new requirement. Then we allow them 1 month, at least 1 month. Okay. Okay. If any information required by the authorities, the certificate holder will need to let us know whether they can release this information or not. If within 3 working days they do not inform us anything, it is taken as Hnca has received their consensus to pass the information to the regulatory or authorities, right? Okay, as you're a trainee or personnel working with us, you need to sign this, the confidentiality and partiality agreement. I believe you have, all of you have signed it, right? Okay, and kindly read up. This is like talking about those are publicly information, like we need to inform public about their agreement, the policy, the rules, the scheme, the fees, what is the description, their duties, what they're supposed to do. And also we must allow ourselves to listen to the clients if they want to appeal, dispute, make complaints. All these are stated in the necessary documentation, which is a public documentation, okay? So this is the organization structure, okay? You're just focused on the main one will be on the product certification department, okay? And Cik Gani and Kak Aida is managing this. For the rest one will be coming one, we are trying to put you inside as evaluator or verification officer, all right? Therefore, you have to go through the audit, all right? The important one will be under here. Because of responsibility, you have to know that we'll go through with you what kind of responsibility is required of you in terms of verification or evaluation work. Because you are doing what kind of job, what do we expect from your competency and training. Therefore, all these have to undergo assessment, correct? And highlighted here is you need to know the actual work for product certification and technical assessment on test reports. What will be the work instruction? What will be the checklist you need to make sure? So this one is being carried out normally at the second part of the training, which is next week one. So you need to come. And all our documentation will be kept by the HR or quality department. Okay, for here will be like the COO and GM, right? They'll be in charge. Every of you will have your necessary employee training file folder. Please make sure that all the documents are up to date. Okay, and these are the requirements in terms of supervision and implementation controls. So you look at like in terms of evaluation, you'll be here, evaluator and verification officer. All right, we'll go more detail in this later. Okay, for mechanism for safeguarding impartiality, as it has been always stressed again and again under ISO IEC 17065, right? You have to go and read up and understand the meaning of impartiality and risk management. Here is kita mesti buat the kerja-kerja sertifikasi secara adil, okay? And also if you find there's any risiko, any risk, please declare it upfront to us, okay? And you need to also undertake impartiality and risk matrix later so that we can know how high risk you are. Okay, if you are really high risk, then probably you cannot do any evaluation work. Okay, or if you touches any of the client prior to this, then you have to wait 2 years before you can handle that client's file. Right, so go and read all this. It's pretty much in detail. You can read and you will assess on all those. And of course, if you feel that certain things is really impartial by the management, you can make a report to MCMC or Department of Standards. Or in fact, if you find your manager, officers, all these are doing corruption, please, we welcome you to report to the top management. At the same time, lodge a complaint to MACC. All right, because we do not condone to any of such work. Okay. Now we have come to the resource requirement. As a certification body personnel, or we call the PCS team, you are very responsible to make sure that you give a fair judgment and assessment to our clients. At the same time, within yourself, you must have the competency. Okay. Therefore, every year half yearly we have a discussion with our CEO, COO to ensure we employ and assess you to be the competent personnel. At the same time, whether it's sufficient, because we do not want to overwork your in a long OT, etc. Okay, because that may impact your certification work. If there's a requirement needed, if you feel you are exhausted a lot and given more than what is required of you to do, kindly do inform us. Okay, but of course, for every of the personnel, we have a KPI for them to do. As far as we know now, the average is between 6 to 8 applications done by the other certifying bodies every day. Okay, so to make sure you are competent, okay, we have a documentation here to spell out your job description and your job specification. Then we have a training assessment, and the result will be given to MCMC. At the same time, ongoing, we have staff performance appraisal form to appraise you for your work. Okay, maybe you are going up to do market surveillance or organizing industry engagement. We actually appraise you for all the work you have done. Right? So read about this, procedures and requirements. Anything you want to know about HR1, you can check with Kak Aida or myself and Cik Gani in terms of the HR documents and procedures, right? But for now, you just have to be focused on your job description, your job specification, your competency, training, and assessment. Okay? The rest are not for now. Okay, so in terms of your personal record, we must make sure that we have your name, address. If you feel anything you don't have here, please let us know. Okay, position, education, qualification, professional status, experience and training, your competency assessment, we will be doing it, performance monitoring, okay, and what kind of authorization help, that means whether you can do what kind of work, authorized to do what kind of work. Aida will go through with you upon your assessment has finalized. She will let you know you're authorized to do what. Okay, and please make sure you have up-to-date record for your personnel file. Okay, as said here, you have to declare if you are doing all this. Okay, then for your training, we have the proper training module has been given to you. Okay, we have a record on all your trainings has been done or undertaken. We will also have your assessment results. Okay, these are all information is important as a personnel. Please make sure it's up to date. All right. So under here, process requirement, this is more for the processing the client's application. Okay. Clients must read this certification policy and agreement. Okay. Clients will need to know what's the difference between normal application, package, parallel, special. You have to read up further here. And for more information, which clients can access will be the client user manual. Okay, we make known to them all this information. So under the application review, we'll be reviewing what information. First of all, applicant must be a registered company in Malaysia with a valid registration number. This is important. Okay, or a registrar of registration of business. They must have this. So they can be a principal brand, for example, Apple or Samsung or Huawei. They can be an importer, they can be a manufacturer, operator, foreign company, repair, service centers, authorized agent or consultant, NGOs, even your typical consumers and individuals from the public. Okay. At the same time, if the applicant is unsure of how to do the TAC process, they can actually appoint applicant representative, someone to help them to do. This can be called a consultant or agent. All right. And this applicant representative must be registered within our system, because this person will be held accountable for whatever information they have provided in the system. Therefore, they need to have the letter of appointment. If not, they are simply applying without the proper documentation, etc. Then we have issues. Okay, please read up all this. Now we come to evaluation work. For every of the personnel, the form, the application coming in, Hnca will be assigning the personnel to do the evaluation or verification work. Okay, and this information must be properly performed, as in when you answer the assessment for the forms. Okay, giving a feedback, you must put the actual information. You cannot simply write inside the evaluation field. All right, and the products must be evaluated against the requirements covered by the scope of certification or other requirements specified in the certification scheme based on MCMC, right? So please read this, the work instruction here will be later part. We'll organize one for you to go through next week. Okay. Review, this review work is someone will be your immediate officer or senior officer. Here currently will be Kak Aida, will be actually reviewing all your work before we ensure that this evaluation process is finalized. Okay, and the reviewer will make recommendation for any certification decision if the view is this, you have not sufficiently write your findings. So the reviewer will actually make the extra information statement there. All right. Now we come to the certification decision. Okay, whatever we have finally make the approval, if we say approve, that means we are responsible. Therefore, we must make sure everything is done proper. Okay, and this certification decision, final one, is actually done by the approval, which is our CEO, Hnca, and together with a certification panel. All right, this is a joint decision. And finally, we come to the certification documentation, which is the COC. Within the COC, MCMC may ask you what is the important information within this piece of certificate. Okay, this sijil lah. We call it sijil pematuhan. Sijil pematuhan. Okay, certificate of conformity. It must consist of the address, name of the certification body, which is us. If we come up with a cert, of course it must be our name. We will give them a certification granting the date, who is the customer and their address, so that their customer can find out where is this client. Okay, what is the scope of certification, the expiry date of the certification, and other information required by the scheme, which is considered like what category, the brand model, etc. Okay, and it will be comes with a signature. Right, we'll Hnca later will share with you the sample of the COC. Okay, all this you can read, and we will have all these certified products. We will prepare a directory for them, which they can track it via our system. Okay, and this is the decision for any evaluation. It will be properly spelled out in the certification agreement and policy. All right. So with that, that ends for the certification. Now we are going into the part of surveillance. Because after we have approved all the products, we need to go to market and do monitoring, or we call surveillance. So under surveillance, our activities is to complement and to strengthen existing provision in the legislation. Okay, to make sure product compliance and enforcement of such provision. Okay, you have to note here, our job here is to survey, to have a look and do proper reporting, take photograph evidence, and remind the market. Okay, but that is pemantauan. If it comes to enforcement work, we cannot do that. Okay, we don't have the legal rights. That one is under the regulatory body, MCMC, to do it. Based on our reporting to them, they actually carry out the enforcement penguasaan job. Okay, but for market surveillance purpose, please read the procedure MS Pro 15. Okay, and of course, we reserve the right to carry out surveillance activities according to our discretion by a few ways. One of them is routine market sampling. That means we go out at least once a year to take sample to be back. Okay, or if we have a complaint from someone that, for example, a principal brand complaint that this reseller is not his distributor, but why is the fellow selling the product as if it is a certified product? So we will actually go and on behalf, we actually take action on this reseller. Okay. Of course, the certificate holder, our client, must agree and acknowledge we have the right to carry out either with or without notice of our surveillance. If it's with notice, that is most of the time we inform them earlier. Without notice is like a mystery shopper or unscheduled audit surveillance we carry out outside. Okay, and we can request the customer to open up their factory storage, their shop for us to do spot check. Okay, that is our right. Okay. And any changes regarding the certification scheme, of course, we inform the customers so they can know whether or not these are the main reason for changing our certification scheme. For example, it's a new or revised certification scheme by regulators. Okay, new or revised certification requirement by ourselves, because maybe we find that some processes are redundant, or how to make it faster, better for our customer, we actually change our certification requirements. All right. And if there's any changes to the international relevant standards, we also have to inform them. Okay. So all these processes will be contained within their own procedures documentation. Okay. Go and read it out. Especially all this, I believe you all can read. But certain things we like to let you know is like, for example, they transfer the ownership of the COC. For example, ABC company, they now change name to another company called XYZ. So they want to transfer all this COC to XYZ because ABC is not handling these products anymore. So they have to let us know. Okay. Or there's like deviation of product. For example, this product 7, model 7 now is become known as a facelift model. It's the same, it's just a facelift. So they want to don't have the model 7 anymore. They tell us it's not model 7X. Therefore, we actually help them to change that. Okay? Or deviation, sorry, this one is under H, change of model name or brand. Okay, deviation of product is probably the product has a facelift or change to something else really. Okay? Or they want to add additional hosts. That means they want to add additional distributors into it. All right. So these are the forms they need to fill out. And I believe we have come to the part where how they do termination, suspension. I believe this one you can read by yourself. Okay. But important one will be we are able to terminate the certificate of conformance if based on this. These specific clauses. Okay, important if they fail to comply certain things before when they do type approval process, they follow. After that, out in the market, they don't follow. Or they simply claim using our certification marking. For example, it's supposed to be model 7. They use for model 7, 8, 9, 10, all the same certification marking. This is wrong. Okay. Or, for example, if they have legal action taken from any other related authority, if their brand name have a conflict of copyright of other people and domestic trade have taken action on them. Okay, so we actually have to ask them to, we can terminate our COC as well. All right. Or the company, of course, going into liquidation because if any customer service, they cannot repair the product anymore. So we actually have the right to actually terminate it. Okay. Or if they happen to have any information changes or this and they didn't tell us. All right. So you please read up all this information and we give them 1 month notice. If within 1 month they let us know, they make a proper update to us, then yes, they take the corrective action. Then yes, within 1 month they inform us, we accept. Okay, then we will actually reinstate it. If not, it will be terminated, and you shall not be affect any liability on any parties, especially on us. All right. Please refer to the certification agreement for that. Okay. Read about this because there will be an assessment done. These are the purpose for reinstatement. What happens? What will happen? How do we reinstate them if they actually have done all this? Okay, to make sure we actually have to update the public on it. Whether reinstate or not to reinstate, we have to inform. Recall of communication equipment. If let's say like the very infamous case of battery issues, okay, phones suddenly start burning, then this is for public safety. We will actually suspend or cancel certain COC. All right. If they misuse all this, we actually can, in the event of this, we can actually ask them to recall all their equipment, communication equipment from the retail space or the e-commerce space. All right. They have to do that. If not, MCMC will actually penalty them. All right. Read about this. Here, records states very clearly we have to make sure all the records are kept properly. Therefore, the information you put in must be correct at all times. Okay. This is how to handle complaints and appeals. This one more to the procedure itself also have. In terms of our documentation, our quality is stated here under general management of the system documentation. First of all, you must know that we are always abiding by quality. Therefore, we have a quality policy, which all of us must understand and adhere to. Separately, there is a document that we can give you to read it out. Okay, in terms of what is expected of us in terms of our service quality. Okay. Now, this is the quality manual, which we spell out properly in detail what we should do to carry out this product certification scheme. And the work itself, the work instruction is also under TAC 09. This is important. All right, now we come to control document. Control documents, that means after you do all the work, right? Please note that these are the procedures you have to follow. In terms of document control, the master list, we have shown to you which you need to read up the files consist inside, the changes forms. When we need to change any documents, we have a changes form. Okay, these are very good because this is based on the ISO standards. So you go to any company, if you read and understand all this, you go to any companies, if they know you are undergoing all these trainings, I believe you are seen as a very strong candidate. Okay, please read up all this. And also, in terms of how we control our documents. Management review is where we talk about the how we review our management, as earlier informed. This one is more for the top management, right? You just go through it. Internal audit also explained earlier. Corrective action is if we have any information which we need you to correct the way you work or our operations. Okay, we actually ask you to perform that. And once this is done, it's actually recorded. Okay, and this is to ensure that the impact of the problems or potential problems encountered will be actually being properly corrected and prevented for future. Okay, recurrence, right? So that's the end of the session now. So I need you to go through the certification agreement and policy, which is almost similar to this, but it's for the clients to read up. All right, if you have any questions, kindly let us know and we'll come back to you. With that, thank you for your time.